Okay, when you hit the button, I'm a light. When we're on, let me know. I light the candle.
Okay. All right. Give me one moment. Just a moment here. Give it a 30-second runoff. It says we're live, but I want to make sure everything is golden. Hymnetter, we are live.
Uncle my aunt, I bet.
Okay, my
So we begin. I want to start the day off as we light to our ancestor, Dwa R Hrw.
My lighter is downstairs, so I'm lighting a synthetic one.
Okay.
To our ancestor, and it is an ancestor candle. I'm going to pour Baba some water, but we're going to add our natron salt. Purify that water. And we have a guest here. We haven't gotten there to that part, but I'm going to bring let's just make sure that Hymnetter I'm going to go ahead and bring him on screen, even though we're not doing that part yet. But since he's here, we're going to go ahead and bring him on screen. Is that okay with you, sir?
That's fine.
All right. I want to say welcome to Hymnetter Ames. Welcome to our weekly session. You're looking well.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Yes.
Okay.
You are live. We'll get started and show you how we run things on Sundays. We're so happy to have you here. Hymnetter Ames and Hymnetter Wasiri, take it away.
Okay. We begin the day, as we always, with the opening of the way. So let us stand and get in the pose of adoration. Remember, your left hand is forward and your right hand is slightly back. Your left foot is forward and your right foot is slightly back. As we begin, we start with the word of beginning. We quote the word of life, which is Ankh. Take a deep breath. Netrak in Bahet.
Netrak in Bahet.
Nuke in Bahet.
Nuke in Bahet.
Netrak Happy.
Netrak Happy.
Nuke Happy.
Nuke Happy.
Tuau and Tor.
Tuau and Tor.
Turn to your right. Netrak As.
Circuit.
Netrak Circuit.
Netrak Circuit.
Nuke Circuit.
Nuke Circuit.
Netrak
Capsanu.
Capsanu.
Nuke Capsanu.
Tuau and Tor. Turn to your right. Netrak As.
Nuke As.
Netrak Set.
Netrak Set.
Tuau and Tor.
Tuau and Tor.
Turn to your right.
Netrak Neat.
Neat. Nuke Neat.
Netrak Dwa Mutef.
Netrak Dwa Mutef. Nuke Dwa Mutef. Tuau and Tor. Turn to your right.
Netrak
Neat.
Nuke. Netrak Gab.
And Tor. Netrak Shoe. Shoe. Shoe.
Shoe.
Nope. Shoe. Netrak Tefnu.
Tefnu.
Tefnu. Tefnu. Nope. Tefnu. Tuau and Tor. Netrak Gab.
No. Oot. Neteru.
Yeah.
Nuke Oot Neteru. And Netrak and Boo Neteru.
Netrak and boo.
Nuke and boo netu.
Boo. Netra. Netra.
So while
Netra paut enter. Nook paut enter. Netra. Netra and boo enter. Nook and boo enter. Tuau enter. Take a deep breath. Twa enter. Twa enter.
Do I.
Twa.
I think on my end, I was ahead of you guys. So I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
take the delay. That's okay.
Nope.
That is
That's all
okay. All right. Well, we're gonna say as we get started after the opening of the way, Dwa Baba Heru, Ankh Ra Samad Sepata, Ma'at Heru, opener of the way, bearer of Ma'at.
So as I begin this,
Oh, I'm just getting
I
our flowers and our beginning going.
go ahead.
First. So we say Dwa Baba Heru, Ankh Ra Samad Sepata, Ma'at Heru, opener of the way, bearer of Ma'at, custodian of the Ankh. We continue the ritual of the opening the way in honor of your legacy as we live it. Now we're going to give our flowers before we get in to everything as we always do. Of course, we give flowers to all of the Neteru, to our ancestors, to Himneta and Tepi, to Jed Ma'at Aten Rajabari, we all know, Himneta Waziri and Sinet Terra for allowing him his time and space to be with us here every morning. Big adoration and flowers to Himneta Ames for joining us today on this special one. And of course to all of you. So let's go ahead and set the feather and get into this wonderful day of adoration. So as you know, I always do what we call setting the feather. We're going to take the 4 breaths of life. So all of you listening, just take one deep breath, and we're going to do that in symbolization of cleansing the mind. One for the spirit. One for the heart. And the last, we breathe in, Ma'at, and we exhale, Ifset. Let us go ahead and get started. Himnetter, you can go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic so we can get into this reading for this morning.
We are reading from Spirituality Before Religion, and we are in the 3rd chapter of that page. We're starting from page 203, and we will be reading the third paragraph. And the 3rd paragraph reads like this: Death is nothing but an electromagnetic field flight into the light. The light always exists. There really is no death. There is just a transition of light energy into a realm that appears unobservable by the human eye. The energy we are referring to dwells in the wide electromagnetic spectrum, and it has eternally existed. It is the spirit realm of existence of light that our souls elevate to when our physical death is experienced. The Milky Way is black, dark, and full of cosmic melanin. We will see it one day when we transition to the spirit world. We may physically die, but our energy is elevated into another plane of light in the expansive electromagnetic spectrum. When it is time to get ready, death is the joyous ride of flight into the light of the universe. However, while we are living, there is electricity in our body. The electricity is actually energy that can be displayed on multiple planes of existence. Aset is the principle of feminine determination. She is the original Immaculate Mother in the Assyrian drama. Asar, the Divine Father, Asa is murdered by his brother Set, the destroyer, and his body is cut into 14 pieces. Set, with the help of her sister Nebuchadnezzar, the oracle reader, instinctive intuition, searches for the 14 different pieces of Asa's body. Set and Nebuchadnezzar find 13 pieces, but the 14th cannot be found. The 14th part is the reproductive organ of Asa. Jehudi wisdom guides are set in molding a male reproductive organ to be placed on the body of Asa. With the words of wisdom and the mystical power of Nebuchadnezzar, the male organ was activated on Asa's body. Asa and Aset embraced the cohabitant for one night. Asa impregnates Aset. This impregnation consummated the word of God within the Virgin Immaculate. The original concept of child is conceived and the word is made flesh. From a sacred scientific perspective, every child is immaculately conceived when a woman is impregnated by a man. Every childbirth is an immaculate conception. Every child is the word of the Creator made into flesh. From a perspective using African deep thought, immaculate takes on a different idea. The definition does not change, but the interpretation does. Immaculate means perfectly clean, neat, or tidy, free from flaws or mistakes, perfect. When we view the greatest gift given to the organic life is the ability to reproduce. Then the act that brings forward offspring is clean, neat, and free from mistakes. Every child is perfect and legal by the law of nature. No child is perfect or illegitimate. The concept of an immaculate mother is explained in the Lafafa Sedek as any woman who is expecting a child. From a Cushite perspective, when a woman becomes pregnant, she is full of the Creator's grace because the Creator is within her. She lives in bliss among women because she carries a child who is the resurrection of the Creator. Amen is the hidden aspect of the Creator, and Amenet is the revealed aspect of the Creator. Together as Amen and Amenet, they are the Creator. They are spiritual science. Spiritual is an unseen science, and science is seen spirituality. One exists because the other exists. The Lafek Sedek says the person to whom we really owe the netter revelation of his secret name is to the Mother of God, Aset, the Immaculate Woman. The Word lives in the sacred room. And I say, Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. To that reading.
For them.
You're muted. Unmute yourself. I'm Letter.
Okay. Hold up the book again so I can see the title. I thought I'd had it. Oh yes. I think I have to find the minds. I was like, I know that book. Where is it? Okay.
That's right. That's right. What are your both of your thoughts on that reading this morning? I'll put my 2 cents in the end.
Oh me. Well, it gave you a divine insight of life. As you know, we come in and we have a period of time and then we leave. Unlike most other spiritualities, I'm not sure about the Islamic tradition, but in Judaism, well, mostly I'm not even sure about Judaism, but I know in Christianity, there's what we like to call a misconception of being born into sin, or we are born into sin. And see, as you can read, our divine ancestors did not look in that nature, and that you're not held accountable for actions of your father or your mother or uncle, aunt, great grandparents. You are not held responsible for those actions, but you are held responsible for the actions that you do upon this earth now. So that's why in one of their greatest phrase, which they kind of got from us, is understanding that you are here to honor thy mother and thy father, so your days and name will live forever on this earth. And so that's what we're doing. We honor. When we say we honor our mother and our fathers, we are just not just saying our birth parents. We are looking at the lineage of the ancestry tree on both sides of your ancestors, through your divine ancestral lineage, through the your father, and the same thing of your mother. And so, and their mothers and their fathers and their mothers, and it goes back. And I'm going to read a scripture from the pertinent rule before we get off, because of what I'm going through. And should I bring about that now, or do you want to wait about that?
We will actually. It's going to be the next order of business, and I will, before
Okay.
we even do our
Okay.
prayer, I'm
So
going to
that's
give
my,
the floor to you.
yeah, that's my thoughts on the reading this morning.
Okay. I took note to where it said death is electromagnetic flight into the light, and we physically die. Every child is the word of the creator made into flesh. So that's powerful in the sense that we are, each and every one of us were and are in utterance. We are all the word that became manifest into the physical flesh, all having an experience here in this temporary room while we are and again, to piggyback off of something you said about the other traditions, we're not here to do what we're doing just to honor our lineage, like you said, in order to have a better life in the next one. What we're recognizing is that each experience, as we're here in the physical form, that we can have a better life here. The next one will be good. The next one will be good. We're not chasing what's after when we're experiencing this gift that we have right now. We were spoken utterances that are here to experience this life in the flesh right now, whether it's long, whether it's short. Some folks live a couple of days, a couple of hours, but even in those moments, I had a child, I have two children. My first son passed away. He never got a chance to breathe, but his body, his spirit, the baby continued to kick in my belly long after he was gone and buried. So I know that the force, energy of life continues. And for even a brief moment of existence, that experience is felt and it's passed on. And that's why we are here. And again, like you said, honoring not just our physical, our mothers and our fathers and grandparents that we know, but down the line, the lineage of folks that we in this life have never seen, that we know, that we've never physically set eyes on, but we are still the flesh of them experiencing and still making sure that, like you said, when we leave this earth, our names can be raised as doing what was right, and committing to that utterance that the netter allowed us to have. The netter the word of the netter allowed us to exist here. So we have to recognize that. And I think so many of us are remembering this thing without even knowing it, which is why we're here now. It's almost like we're remembering the pebbles, that Hansel and Gretel effect. They left the pebbles on the path to be able to find their way home. We're all doing just that. Even without knowing it, we're doing that. We didn't come here by mistake. Him netter Ames, you're not here by mistake. It's divine order that creates these things to take place so that we can continue to recognize it while we're here. And after we're gone, those that remember us, they will speak our names in the fact that almost as if it's this time right now in the physical existence of us being here, because that's how it should be left. Not woe is me, this person is gone, but woe is me, what an impact I felt. I still feel that presence of that person. And I know, just like with our recent elder ancestor, Baba Heru, we're always going to feel that. And not so much as a loss, but more of a presence. We'll probably feel the presence more now that he's physically gone than he was when he was here. So I think that the concept of life being an energetic force is very important for us to remember, instead of chasing what's next after life, experience to the fullest what we have right now. And I digress on that one. Himnetta Awaziri, what do you have to say?
Well, I always go back to the text and the Sibai and the fact that when we look at the beginning, it says death is nothing but an electromagnetic flight into the light. The light always exists. There really is no death. There's just a transition of light and energy into a realm that appears unobservable by the human eye. The energy we are referring to dwells in the wide electromagnetic spectrum, and it has eternally existed. It is the spirit realm of existence of light that our souls elevate to when our physical death is experienced. So think of this in the fact that when we deal with the fact that we understand that Baba is in is his light has definitely dimmed, but he is traveling, and the fact that he is on his existence, and as we prepare for him to become an ancestor, we are definitely appreciative, and we take the time to do the ritual of remembering who his light was in this world and what he did for us in this realm as he goes on to his next realm.
All right. Dua. Looks like we have another guest in the studio that we're going to be bringing on.
All
Um,
right, all right.
and then that does get us into our next realm. So we're going to go ahead and add him to the stage. It's so good to see your
Oh man,
face. Look at that.
the wind weather is here.
This is the wind wet, y'all. So y'all not gonna laugh if I start crying and stuff, right? Because I know that's just, I'm always a crybaby. We have everybody who is watching. We do have him, Netta Kepper, here. I'm so happy to have him here. Um, so glad the Netaru has been wonderful in bringing us all together this way. And I will say that, I did ask everyone to come here and was hoping that we did get this type of response, because not only do we do this every Sunday with the word from the Sebayid and a prayer, and we give shout outs, but today is a special day. Many of you have received either a text, a message, and the likes of. So with that being said, I'm not going to explain. I'm actually going to hand the floor over to our Himnetta Ames so that he can give us some information as to why he's here and why I have asked everyone to show up here today. And then we will continue with certain prayers and different things like that. So if you would, Himnetta, I'm going to mute myself and we're going to put you on camera.
Okay. Greetings, family. I'm so happy to see a lot of you faces I haven't seen in a while. As you know, last month I I had been experiencing discomfort for a while, but I went in to have it looked at, and on them doing a biopsy, they came back and let your Himnetta know that he had a cancer. The cancer location is very odd. It's in the upper nasal passage, through the nasal passage, in the beginning of the sinus. Updated now. Most of you heard of what they thought it was, but them going outside of themselves, and they went out to Memorial Sloan Kettering, which is one of the top cancer hospitals and all that. They came back with a different definition. Matter of fact, with two, they scrapped the first one, and it's into the second one. I hate to use the word unfortunately, but this one is much more aggressive than the one I mentioned first. I am in stage 2. It's a very new type of cancer, undifferential. It changes. It's kind of new on the medical scene. and they haven't seen a lot of them. It's different aspects of how the survival of it goes. Um, I was fortunate enough, as you know, I had texted everyone, let you know that my surgery, because they want to attack it by surgery first, was on the 30th. But on hearing that this was much more aggressive, I asked them, could we, move it up, and was it possible? So I will be going I'll be admitted into the VA hospital in the Bronx on October the 23rd in the morning. I'll be the first one they'll be operating on. My surgery goes down at, I believe, at 9 o'clock, 9 or 10 o'clock. And it's looking at a quite long surgery, 3 to 4 hours maybe, because it's in a delicate area of my face. They have to go in to approach it. On all praise to Nebuchadnezzar, if they're able to clear the matter and the tumor out, that'll be very, very great for me. And then I will remain in their hospital either 2 to 3 days as they monitor the situation. And then after that, I go to 2 to 3 weeks of healing of the surgery. And the next approach would be radiation therapy, I should say. Instead of looking at 3 to 6 months of that, their approach to it is low dosage for extended period of time. So I'm going to be, after the healing of the surgery, the next step will be the radiation therapy for the 5 days a week for 6 weeks. Yeah, that's going to be a little rough there, but also we're looking at the time of 20 minutes to maybe 30 minutes a day. As I said before, they did mention other stuff, but I don't want to focus on that if it's anything different. But we're going with that scenario right there. I am in. I have my days. If you've been around me, anyone around me, I have that me, myself, and I kind of thing. And I is the more serious, the more one that looks at things and situations. And so I kind of let that me, the one that bounce around the childish one, kind of keep my spirits up and take over for now. So that's the state I'm in. But I've, I went into battle mode. I've been to the health food place, and I ordered my sour sop. I don't know where my camera is. Yeah, my sour sop. I'm drinking my water, more water than I have ever drank. Hold on 1 second, please. Good morning, Mom. I'm in meditation. All right. And I've got my black seed oil and my papaya, my leaves. So as practitioners of the Kemetic way of life, or the ancient, I shouldn't even put it just Kemetic. We have a tendency to just rely on that. We are looking at the divine spiritual healing practices of the whole continent of Africa, but mostly of East Africa, that traveled from the beginning of the Nile River out to the Mediterranean Sea. So we believe in healing and looking at the earth and the natural things that we're going to have to use to heal our body. We do not denounce science. As Himneta Wazuri said, spirituality is unseen science, and science is seeing spirituality. So by the grace of the Nebuchadnezzar and the all, we have come to know the inner operations of our two spirits, our two lands, our things. So internally, we have gained some knowledge on some of the things that help our body operate, and that is by divine wisdom. Um, and one of our greatest ones was a multi-genius. Imhotep he was a doctor, scientist, and all that. So we do not uh, cast it away, but we also will add with it. So that's what Himnet is going to be doing. All praises be. I hope come next year, the word I can say is I am a cancer survivor. And so with that, I'm here with you. I'm feeling the energy. I think I'm getting the energy. I hope to join you more in these sessions. Like I said, this year has been a challenge because I had another issue, and it just I couldn't function the way I wanted to. And if you have a moment and we have a little time, I'm going to read something too from the Dwa R Hrw. Okay, this is something that is this, and I got this years ago. This scripture, it came from Baba Haru, so is that a divine thing? And in the Dwa R Hrw, you will find it an appendix on page 215 of the Dwa R Hrw. It's an appendix, if I'm correctly, of the 42 laws of Ma'at, but it's like an appendix. And so I will read up to a couple of pages. Thou hast come to decay, thou great one. I establish those who praise me. I am the divine knot within the olive tree, double beautiful of splendor, more than yesterday times 4. I am Ra, who established those who praise me. I am the knot within the tamarisk tree, beautiful of splendor, more than yesterday. Has gone forth Ra, I have gone forth, going forth on the day this, my hair is of new. My face is of Ra, my 2 eyes of Het Heru, my 2 ears of Amput, my nose is of Kenshet, my 2 lips of Ampu, my teeth of Kepera. My neck is of Set, the divine, my 2 hands of Kamor, the Lord of Tatanu, my 4 arms of Net, Lady Sas. My backbone is of they say so. I say Set. My phallus is of Asar. My reins are of the lords of Kalabar. My chest is of the mighty of terror. On my belly and my back of Sekhet. My buttocks are of the eyes of Haru. My hips and legs of Nut. On my feet input of Batar. My fingers are my leg bones of Ataru, living. Not a member in me is without the Netaru. Tuhuti is the protector of my flesh entirely. I am Ra, Haru, day, every. Not shall I be seized by the arms, now shall I be carried away by the hands, not shall do men, Neteru, shining ones, the dead ancestor ones, any mortal, any harmet, any harm, any unto me. Nuke, I come forth advancing unknown in his name. I am yesterday seer of millions of years. In my name traveled twice along the way of Haru the judge. I am the Lord of eternal. I perceive. I am Lord of the crown. I am in the Uchat, my egg. Twice it is granted to me to live with them. I am in the Uchat, in its closing. I exist by the strength. I come forth and I shine. I go in and I come into life, and I am Yucha, my seat on my throne. I sit in the pupils of the eye. By it, I am Hrw tribe's person. Millions of years, I command my seat. I rule it by my mouth, speak it in silence, and I maintain an exact balance. Very many forms are invert. I want, if you can, as I said, it begins on page 217 to most of 218 is more of it. I didn't want to go too. If you can recite that, put that in your chapters and include that in your prayers, and that you will see that it's saying that every part of you is divine. From your head, your hair, to your toes, to even your butt, every part of you is divine. And our ancestors knew this, and they put it in scripture. So that's what will be my mantra and prayer going through this period. And that was given to me many years ago by our honorable and our ancestor Baba Hrw. And so that if you ever get sick or you ever having trouble in your body or something, that is your scripture to read. And with that, thank you.
Ashe, Ashe. We also have another guest. And before I welcome them, I mean, that reminds me of a Hesse, which, if we're lucky, we'll get a little of that. I ain't trying to put you on the spot, Himnetter, but you know what I'm saying in there. It reminds me of that one, Nukpu Ruku Amiku, Amam Keparu. I am that I am, a shining being, dwelling in the light of the Most High, created by the limbs of divinity. Every part of you. With that being said, I'm only going to read my prayer, and then I want to pass the mic around to our guests. And I'm probably gonna cry. Oh well, I'll get over it. I'm very, very excited today to have all of you here. I feel the energy, and I hope all of you that are watching is. We also have Himet Netter. Well, hopefully she'll come on screen too. Sashat, and we do have Himnetter Kepra. The prayer that I wrote for you, Himnetter Ames, with permission, if you all are okay with me reading that. And then I'd like to see the other faces and see, any comments that they might have to say from the other WinWet members that we have here. So the prayer I wrote, it just says, Dwa Netter, Dwa Ma'at. We lift our voices for Himnetter Ames, servant of truth and keeper of balance. Ma'at, place your feather upon his heart, that peace may dwell where fear may rise. Sekhmet, flame of life, burn away all sickness, leaving him with strength, light, and renewal. Imhotep, wise healer of ages, guide every hand that tends to him, that all works be in harmony with divine order. May Amas walk in the radiance of Ra, rest in the embrace of Het Heru, transform as Kepra, and recover healthy with strength of Asar's spine. With that, I say, Ankh Uja Seneb. I wish you love, strength, and you know that we are here for you no matter what. And that's outside of our relationships that we've developed will always be here. We are always family, no matter what happens. We are family just like the ones that we were born from. All it takes is a phone call and I'll be on my way. just like always. I murder you, I love you, and I'll digress with that. So I want to hopefully we can get excuse me, you guys, Himnetter Kepra and Himet Sashat to show their faces and come on and give us some myrrh and some words of encouragement. Maybe we can hear a sound from our Himnetter Kepra. If they are still here, I see that they're muted and their cameras are not there. Are you all still here?
Ankh and my aunt family. This is Hamet Inter Sashat, and I am still here. I had heard about this meeting. I just didn't know it was right now. I looked in the chat and I saw the video, the link for it. So if you give me a few minutes, I can get dressed and come on camera, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Dua. Netta
I,
Kemper, are you still with us?
I'm still with you, beloved Queen. Ankh to the family. I'm in the store right now, and I'm about to get out of a store in about 5-10 minutes. But my spirit was just to come in and touch base, and I might do a Hesse. I might do a Hesse. You know that Nupu Hesse. I don't speak about it too much, but you know that was a Hesse. I had put the music to that for Baba Haru when we were celebrating him some 5 or 6 years ago. And the only reason I say that, that I put the Hesse together is because it's so important for us to acknowledge people when they do things when they're alive, because, this is something that our ancestors have taught us. We're remembered by the things that we do and people call our name. So, I just want to put that out there. The Schaefer's, I believe they put that piece on the Hesse CD that they put together. But I just say that it's so important. Let's make sure we acknowledge people when they do things. And I had to be here for Brother Amos. I had to be here. That's my beloved brother. And once I get out the store, I think I'll do a Hesse. Sometimes I'm a little hesitant with the StreamYard because sometimes it doesn't always come through in terms of a beautiful sound. Because Baba said when we do these Hesses, we want to present them in a beautiful way. And it's so important that we use the Hesse as we do our spiritual work. And also, too, Hesse is a powerful tool that we use for bringing balance and healing. So I offer that to my beloved brother Ames. And to hear him speak about the divination of the body parts was so powerful, because that's a very powerful ritual that we have to claim our divinity and to claim our divinity from the crown of our head to the soles of our feet. We walk in divinity. So I just want to say that piece. I'm here in the store. In fact, I'm in the aisle of one of the stores, and I'm here speaking now because this is really coming from my eye. Because I love I love all the wind wet, and Abu Amis. That is Senator Shenkai said. We're here for you, beloved brother. We're here for you. And I'm gonna make sure that I get into the divination of the body parts and read that a bit more. Make sure that I read that a bit more as you go forth and go through this journey of healing and going through your journey of the surgery that you have to go through. And once again, just as Senator Shankar said, we're here for you. I'm here for you, beloved brother. And I murder you. I hope that goes without saying. You know what I mean? I murder Kemetic family. I murder everybody in the Shrine of Ma'at. We all go through our Keparas. Been a lot of changes here these past few years. We have to keep real talk. We have to keep things in Ma'at. But I think it's so important for us to keep our eye on Ma'at and to keep our eye on the prize, so to speak, for lack of better words. So I don't want to say too much, but that's my piece for now. Once I get out the store, if I can maybe do a short Hesse, I will see if I can do one. Murder to all of you. And Uncle Jasanep to you, Hemnet Amis. Uncle Jasanep to you, beloved brother.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, beloved, and you're welcome.
Right. Him met Netta Sashat. Now that we see you, come on in and give us some myrrh and some words.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what else I can add to this space. When I came in, our mess was going over such a powerful ritual that
Oh,
divine. Every single part of our body is protected by the divine. Every single part, our ancestors, part of, and this is my opinion, why our African spiritual practices are so powerful is because at a certain point in the history of life, we had Inter and Africans. That's it. In that space where evil had not been unleashed yet, where distortions and upheaval, basically Isfed had not been released yet, we were able to have that conversation with the divine, with Inter. And our ancestors recorded it just like everyone records what they do. So having that record of protection over each body part is because, and again, this is how I see it. Enter and our ancestors were communicating and our ancestors wrote it down. That's what that is. That's why it's so beautiful. That's why it's pure. That's why it's still applicable. That's why it's universal. And that's why it resonates at a space that makes it feel powerful. It feels powerful, if that makes any sense. I know it feels powerful when I hear it. I remember one of the first times that we talked about it. I don't know if it was during when we were going over the Pertim Haru or if it was priesthood training. It's kind of all in one big pot at this point. Some of the stuff of when you learn certain things. So as you go through this part of your healing journey, because that's what it is, because you have to go up a hill and then get over the hill and then get back to normal. So in order to get back to normal, you're starting the process of healing right now. And the physical procedure is a part of the healing, and then you're in the third part of the healing afterwards, and that's what that is. You know, you have to take that very first step, which is the beginning of the healing, and that's how I see it. The beginning of the healing, to go grab something out and take it out, put it back together, and then keep on, and then keep on keeping on. Who else is going to talk smack in the shrine? I can't do it by myself.
And the partying and the dancing. Look, yes.
And the drinking and having a good time and walking around Harlem like we own every building. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna do that? You know. So let's keep everything lighthearted because our hearts are lighter than a feather, right?
yeah.
So let's stay lighter than a feather, and we're gonna walk these steps, and we're gonna get to the other side, and then we're gonna be all right.
You'll be all right.
And we're gonna be all right. You know, because separate from our ancient African ancestors, we gonna be all right. That's what Black people say. We that too. We're both. We can use our ancestors to guide us, to put us on a path, to remind us that we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Much myrrh to the family. Much myrrh. And we're all together, and we're gonna stay together.
Do I?
All right, Himnetter Wasiri. Some words for you, sir.
Well, one thing I want to say that when we think of Himneta Amos, we always know the fact that he brings so much joy and humor to our lives,
That's right.
and we can always remember. So I remember going back to when we were at the museum, uh, and so when he was experiencing what he was experiencing was when he said that me, myself, and I, and he was going through it, and we was just
Right.
having the joy, and he was just sharing, and it's so you don't know about this him Amos, what he brings to the shrine of Ma'at, and what he brings to all of us. He brings the joy and the humor that we look at from the and when we look at the ancients and we look at our ancestors, it's so much joy, and we ask that the that the, that the, that the above and everyone else bring forth the joy and we ask that the ancestors keep him in our presence as we go forth, and we understand how much he means to us.
That's right.
It's not us being selfish.
Yeah.
It's us asking and wanting for him to be healed as he goes through. He said the 23rd. We ask that he knows that we are there with him, and no matter what, of the fact that the ancestors will be there and the Netaru will be there to take care of him. So it's so important that we understand that.
Dwa. Peace.
Yes.
I say mer to him and everything else.
Yes. You know what? That y'all, those y'all have brought that. Y'all have energized that warrior spirit in me. Thank you, because that is who I
That's
am,
who you
and
are.
I can't run from it. It's just who I am, and thank you because I think this now from all of y'all speaking. I gotta energize things that your warrior spirit is that be myself and I that you bring out to the world. So, and I bought a little bit when I went there to the hospital because I tell everybody I'm handsome, I'm charming, intelligent. But when it comes to them darn needles and taking some blood, I'm a punk. I'm a punk. I hate to say it, punk. PUNK, punk. Lay me out. Get it, but lay me out. I don't want to fall out on you, but but and all the nurses and them. I know he didn't call himself a punk. I just did. Well, but I'm handsome. But anyway, but thank y'all. Thank y'all. That had I think I will be prepared now from now on. You will not hear a slumber, sad tear no more because I'm not ready. I'm about to kick this C in the butt right now.
That's right. That's
All
right.
That's right. That is absolutely right. I just want to add, we can, take a look at some of the comments in a moment. I just wanted to say to all of you here on the screen here, plus all of you all out there listening, as part of reclamation, I want to say something. People know that I don't have any cut cards. I try to be very methodical, honest with the things that I say. Sometimes it may come off as too raw, sometimes not. But I want to say it does not matter what each and every one of you, including you, Winwet, do in your individual walks of spirituality, whether it be through the shrine of Ma'at, whether it be wherever we go in our lives. We did not come together by chance. We have made these connections and they are for life, no matter what happens, no matter
That's right.
where we go, no matter your spiritual house, no matter your spiritual walk, it is unchanging. So I think that I'm super honored that we were all able to come together. This is what it's all about. It shouldn't even be just one shrine. We should all, if you love family, we should all be able to come together and be able to give flowers while we can give them. I don't want none of y'all coming up to my grave site. I'm not going to have a grave site with no flowers if you
That's
weren't
all
able
I'm
to
saying.
give them to me while we were physically here. And I think it's so important that we are able to do that. We are able to put any differences aside and come together in true love. And that's what my art is all about. That's what, and I'm not even speaking in terms of a shrine. I'm just saying in general, the walk itself is this. We come together, we join virtually, physically, however it may come, is what we must do, what we must always do. We need to show up. We need to show up for each other in any way that we can, whether it be on screen or whether it's knock at the door, a fruit basket being mailed, whatever the case may be. You know, in times like this, just like you said, your energy is raised. But in times like this, even after surgery, and I do want to say to Sinette Cortia, I see you have a family member going through the same thing. We send the same energy, the same healing energy to your family member going through the same thing. It is not just here and isolate any of your family members or any of you that are sick or that are going through something right now. It is the same energy. We're showing this myrrh to him that are Amish because this is what we know. But to all of you, we show up this way because it's a true thing. that we have love for each other, that we stand by one another, no matter what. And I think that's critical. I'm thankful for all of you for that. You guys have given me way more than you probably ever could even imagine. Different, relationships, different talks, and to be able to bring us all together like this, which is a lot to be said when we can drop everything we're doing to come together and love like this. And I think that it's important that we continue to do this, continue to raise these vibrations for any of our loved ones. Sometimes we may have to come together for somebody who's not a Kemetic practitioner, and that's okay. It's love.
That's right.
That's what we're supposed to do. So that's really all I wanted to say about that. I will a couple of announcements. We're not going anywhere yet because we're going to wait for Hymnetta Kepler to come out, but I do want to say an update. I checked. I didn't see any birthdays this week, so if I missed something, please forgive me. Charge it to my old ways, not my heart, But the update that we do have regarding the celebration of life for Baba Heru Ankh Ra Samaj Se Patah. Right now, we don't know a time, but we definitely know that it is either going to be in Harlem or Brooklyn. It is going to be December 6th and 7th, it looks like. Details, exact details, we will know further along down the line, but we do know at least that is going to be the dates of the celebration. It's going to be a Saturday and a Sunday. How it's all going to be worked out and the logistics and the exact location, we don't know yet, but it's coming coming into as they're meeting more. And I'm just in the back burner, mind you, I don't have any connections with anyone, but I am on one of the committees just to be in outreach to find out so that I'm able to deliver the information to all of you who may not be in those. So I'll make sure to do that. And I think Hymnetta Sashat is in those meetings, I believe, and Hymnetta Wasiri. So whatever information we have, once it is final, we'll be able to get that out to the community, and hopefully we can show up in troves to support the celebration of life to Baba. A lot of you have more, closer relationships, but he did mean a lot to a lot of us. So I'm hoping that, as many that can show up will be able to do that in support. That's really the only announcement that I had for today. We can, let's see. I'm gonna look through the chat and see if there's any comments that need to be addressed. And then we have Hymnetta Kepler out of the store. So I'm gonna mute. And if there's any,
You muted yourself.
I didn't mean to do it that soon. I'm saying I'm going to take a look in the comments to see if there's anything that I need to address in the comments. If there's anything anybody else needs to say, it looks like Hymnetta Kepler's back. So that would be lovely if we get to hear a little of that from him. So in the meantime, I'm just going to take a look at the chats. Hymnetta Wasiri, if there's anything that you need to add, please do so while I take a look.
Well, I'm honored to hear Hymnetta Kepler bring forth Hesse. So we'll utilize that as our closing.
Yes.
Hymnetta Kepler.
Anybody? I know you asked. No one wants to say anything else, or
I
anyone?
No, I think we've all said what was necessary. We're going to all mute so we can hear you beautifully, and
All right. I'm gonna get inside the car. You can hear it's a little. I won't say it's noisy, but it's just things going on. People moving about outside. All right, so I'm this Hesse, I'll do that. You had asked me, Senator Shankar, to do the Nupu Hesse. Okay, all right. I have to say too, I'm smiling because I believe Abu Waseret, Hemnet Waseret is in right on the call. So.
See Waseret. I wish she was. I don't see her.
Oh, I thought she was in the call. Okay, because she passed my mind with the Hesse. But can you hear me okay?
Yes.
We
Yes.
can hear
All
you.
right. All right. Nupu nuku amiku kemam keperu emnete heu anku jasenem nupu nuku amiku kemam keperu emnete heu anku jasenem. I am a shining, shining being, dwelling in the light, created from the limbs of divinity. I am a shining, shining being, dwelling in the light, created from the limbs of divinity. Nuku nuku amiku kemam keperu emnete eu anku jasenem anku jasenem anku jasenem anku jasenem anku jasenem.
Dwa. Appreciate
Absolutely
you.
never.
Yeah. I marry you, brother. Marry you deeply.
Where are you, beloved? I miss where are you, brother? We here with you, man. We here with you.
All right. Well, with that being said, I don't think much else needs to be said. This was beautiful. I hope that we can do this more often. You all, this is, I can't explain it. This is a great, great, great day. Hemnetta Wasiri, would you like to close us out with the prayer today?
Sure. I say dua netta for all of us to be able to come together. And we ask that the Netaru will be able to be down and come upon him Netta Amos as he goes through this challenge. And we look forward to that he knows that we are with him on the 23rd as he goes forth in that surgery. We are thankful for all of us to get together today, and we look forward for the future for us to get together and celebrate. Again, we say, "Dua netta, dua netta,
Dwa netta.
Juanita.
I love every single one of y'all.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you for this gathering. I hope that, no, I'm not hoping. We will do this more. And this has awakened the Haru principle in me. Okay. And this Haru, as they say, the Christ principle will take over now. Okay. And I am born under the sign of Kepra. So I am going through this change for a reason. And maybe one of these changes is to bring a gathering. You're used for a purpose sometimes in life. You never know what your purpose, but maybe this was a divine intervention and purpose. And so I want y'all to be with me in mind, spirit, and soul. I'll keep you posted. Give me a call out of the blue, because I think once the surgery is done, that's half the battle won. And then the rest is just making it through that radiation. And I didn't think nothing could outshine me, but I heard that radiation is something. We're gonna kick it. I'm gonna let that Ra in me. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the Haru set battle right there. And so it will have some winnings, and then It'd be days I will win. And you know, the Hrw list. I appreciate you all. Understand that. I appreciate you all. And I hope that you have let me know that my journey upon this earth to Dwa that has been good. And I have put a lasting impression on folks. So I'm enjoying that. Dwa. Love you. Mer you all. Thank you for
That-
doing this, Car. And
Absolutely.
him that Wazir.
It's an
Wazir.
honor.
And my
Again,
two fellow hymn netters coming here and being present. And I know the rest are with me in spirit. So here we go. And all those are online that are practitioners of the Kemetic, Nubian Kemetic spirituality. I mer you all, and let's do this. As they say, let's get ready to rumble. No.
we got you. We definitely got you. Again, I want to say thank you. The divine force in me feels the divine force in all of you. I see your faces, so I see it too. But thank you again, Dwa, for everything. Dwa, for you all showing up and support of our beloved family member. So with that being said, I hope to see you all here. Again, we're here every Sunday at 9:30. So show up, support, and we're building family. You know, it's about our family, and that means as a whole. If you're African centered, Nubian centered, whatever you are, whatever your walk is, I don't want you to be able to shy away from being here in this space of adoration every Sunday. So feel free to chime in. This isn't one of our private things. This is a session of adoration to help us get ready for the work week, the school week. Bring your children, bring whoever. This is really about grounding ourselves and staying focused on the prize of self, our individual paths. So whatever you're doing in life, it's nothing that you can't do to show up here with us on Sundays. So with that being said, Shimon Motep to all of you. Sincere Myrrh, and we'll do it again.
Dwa.
Wow.
Uncle Jobson and